I am Warren Buffett. At age 90, I earned $9 billion, which annoyed me because it was $3 billion short of making $1 billion a month. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. These words come from a man whose name is synonymous with savvy investing and financial success. Warren Buffett. Known as the Oracle of Omaha, he isn't just one of the world's richest individuals. He's a living legend whose story inspires millions. Today, we embark on an extraordinary journey through the life of a man who turned $100 into a fortune, exceeding $100 billion. We'll discover how a boy from Nebraska, who began his entrepreneurial ventures at 6 by selling chewing gum, became one of the most influential investors of all time. We'll unveil the secrets behind his unique investment strategy that led to phenomenal success. Not only will we share well-known facts about Warren Buffett's life, but we'll also reveal lesser-known details of his path to financial triumph. Get ready for unexpected stories that will allow you to see this legendary investor in a completely new light. By the end, we'll summarize and understand the qualities that helped Warren Buffett become who he is today. Not just a billionaire, but a true symbol of the American dream. Warren Edward Buffett was born on August 30, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska, to stockbroker and Congressman Howard Buffett and his wife Layla. As the middle child and only son among 3 siblings, young Warren displayed an exceptional interest in numbers and finance from an early age. He could spend hours mentally calculating multi-digit numbers and memorizing statistical data from various sources. Growing up during the Great Depression undoubtedly shaped his worldview and attitude toward money. Although his family didn't face severe financial hardships thanks to his father's profession, Warren understood the value of every dollar and the importance of financial stability from a young age. At just 6 years old, Warren showed his first signs of entrepreneurial talent. He began buying packs of Wrigley's chewing gum for 25 cents and selling each stick for a penny. He quickly grasped the basics of business: buy low, sell high. This simple principle became the cornerstone of his future investment philosophy. At the age of 11, Warren made his first investment by purchasing 3 shares of City Service at $38 each. When the stock price dropped to $27, he became anxious, so when it rebounded to $40, he promptly sold them. This early mistake taught him an important lesson about patience and not succumbing to market panic. Later, the stock price soared to $200, reinforcing the significance of a long-term investment approach. As a teenager, Warren continued to hone his entrepreneurial skills. He delivered newspapers, sold used golf balls, and even started a pinball machine rental and maintenance business. By the time he graduated from high school in 1947, he had amassed over $5,000, a substantial sum at the time. Despite his evident business acumen, Warren didn't immediately settle on a career path. After high school, he enrolled at the University of Pennsylvania, but attended for only 2 years. He then transferred to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, earning a bachelor's degree in business administration at 19. Eager to further his education, Buffett applied to Harvard Business School, but was rejected. While this could have been a significant setback for many, Warren took it in stride. Instead, he enrolled at Columbia University, where he met individuals who would profoundly impact his future career. At Columbia, he studied under Benjamin Graham, a renowned economist and author of The Intelligent Investor, a book that became a Bible for many investors. Graham introduced the concept of value investing, which focuses on finding undervalued companies with strong fundamentals. This philosophy deeply influenced Buffett and became the foundation of his own investment approach. Additionally, he met David Dodd, Graham's co-author of Security Analysis. These mentors played a crucial role in shaping his investment philosophy. After earning his master's degree in economics from Columbia in 1951, Buffett returned to Omaha to work at his father's firm, Buffett, Falk and Company. There, he continued to refine his skills in securities analysis and investing, gradually building the capital and experience that would enable him to become one of history's most successful investors. Warren Buffett's significant breakthrough occurred in 1956 when he established his first partnership, Buffett Associates Limited. Starting with a $115,000 in capital, only $100 of which was his own, he showcased his talent in investment management. In its inaugural year, the partnership achieved a return of 41.1%, while the Dow Jones Index increased by 26.9%. The success of this initial partnership led to the creation of several similar ventures. In 1962, Buffett consolidated them into a single entity, Buffett Partnership, Limited. During this period, he began acquiring shares of the textile company Berkshire Hathaway, which would later become the cornerstone of his investment empire. His strategy involved identifying undervalued companies with solid fundamentals. He meticulously examined financial statements, analyzed business models, and assessed the quality of company management. This approach allowed him to uncover hidden gems in the market, companies whose intrinsic value far exceeded their market price. One of his key principles was investing in businesses he thoroughly understood. He steered clear of technology companies and complex financial instruments, favoring simple, profitable businesses with sustainable, competitive advantages. This strategy helped him avoid numerous market bubbles and crises. In 1965, Buffett gained control of Berkshire Hathaway and began transforming it from a struggling textile company into an investment holding firm. He utilized cash flow from the textile operations to acquire other companies and securities. Among his most successful investments during this era were insurance companies, including the acquisition of National Indemnity Company in 1967. The insurance sector became a vital component of his strategy. It allowed him to leverage the insurance float, premiums received that could be invested until potential insurance claims needed to be paid. This provided him with significant capital for further investments. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Buffett continued to expand his investments, acquiring substantial stakes in companies like the Washington Post Company, Geico, and Coca-Cola. His reputation as a successful investor grew, earning him the nickname Oracle of Omaha for his ability to anticipate market trends and select winning investments. A crucial factor in his success was his capacity to learn from mistakes. For instance, the acquisition of Berkshire Hathaway was initially a poor decision. He spent years trying to make the textile business profitable before finally closing it in 1985. This experience taught him to more carefully evaluate a business's long-term prospects before investing. By the late 1980s, Berkshire Hathaway had become one of America's largest companies, and Buffett was among the world's wealthiest individuals. His annual shareholder meetings turned into major events, drawing thousands of investors eager to hear the wisdom of the Oracle of Omaha. Warren Buffett's investment philosophy, centered on value investing, became the bedrock of his remarkable success. The core principle identifies companies whose intrinsic value significantly surpasses their market price. He often remarked, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." A fundamental aspect of his approach is long-term investing. Rather than seeking quick profits, he prefers to hold shares of companies for years, if not decades. His famous statement, "Our favorite holding period is forever," encapsulates this mindset. Buffett believes that if a company is genuinely excellent, there's no reason to sell it. He also places great emphasis on the quality of a company's management. He seeks businesses led by competent, honest leaders acting in the shareholders' best interests. As he puts it, when we own portions of outstanding businesses with outstanding managements, our favorite holding period is forever. Another vital principle is the concept of an economic moat. He looks for companies with durable competitive advantages that protect them from rivals, much like a moat safeguards a castle. These advantages might include strong brands, patents, economies of scale, or network effects. Known for his conservative approach to risk, Buffett adheres to the first rule of investing: never lose money. The second rule: never forget rule number 1. This cautious stance led him to miss out on various technology booms, but also helped him avoid significant market crashes. Interestingly, he doesn't pursue diversification in the traditional sense recommended by many financial experts. He favors concentrated investments in companies he knows well. Diversification is protection against ignorance. It makes little sense if you know what you are doing, he asserts. His perspective on market fluctuations is another critical element of his philosophy. He doesn't view market volatility as a risk, but as an opportunity. When markets decline, he sees a chance to purchase quality companies at discounted prices. His well-known advice, "Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful," reflects this strategy. He is also skeptical of complex financial instruments, preferring to invest in straightforward, understandable businesses. Never invest in a business you cannot understand, he advises. Importantly, his philosophy extends beyond financial considerations. He attaches significant importance to ethical principles in business. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently, he warns. These guiding principles enabled him to become one of history's most successful investors. But how did he implement them in practice? In the next section, we'll examine some of Warren Buffett's most iconic investments, including a deal that ultimately earned him over $20 billion. Stay tuned to discover how the Oracle of Omaha transforms his philosophy into billions. Over his extensive career, Warren Buffett has executed numerous successful investments that have yielded substantial profits for himself and Berkshire Hathaway's shareholders. Let's delve into some of his most notable deals. One of his most famous investments was purchasing shares of Coca-Cola in 1988. Berkshire Hathaway acquired 6.2% of the company for $1.2 billion. This investment proved incredibly fruitful. By 2020, the value of this stake had grown to over $22 billion. Another standout investment was acquiring the insurance company Geico. Buffett began buying Geico shares as early as 1951, and by 1996, Berkshire Hathaway had fully acquired the company. Under his leadership, Geico became one of the largest auto insurance providers in the United States. In 2009, amid the financial crisis, he made one of his boldest moves by purchasing the railroad operator Burlington Northern Santa Fe for $44 billion. This acquisition was the largest in Berkshire Hathaway's history and showcased his confidence in the long-term prospects of the U.S. economy. In 2011, Buffett surprised many by investing $5 billion in Bank of America during the peak of the financial crisis. This investment yielded significant returns for Berkshire Hathaway. By 2017, its value had increased substantially. One of his most unexpected investments was buying shares of Apple in 2016. Despite his traditional skepticism toward technology companies, he recognized Apple's strong brand and loyal customer base. By 2020, Berkshire Hathaway owned over 5% of Apple's shares, valued at more than $100 billion. Not all of his investments were triumphs. In 2015, Berkshire Hathaway acquired aerospace components manufacturer Precision Castparts for $37 billion. However, in 2020, Buffett admitted he had overpaid for the company, and Berkshire Hathaway had to write down $9.8 billion in losses. Despite occasional setbacks, his overall investment track record remains impressive. From 1965 to 2020, Berkshire Hathaway's stock achieved an average annual return of 20.3%, significantly outperforming the S&P 500 index, which averaged 10.2% over the same period. Despite his immense wealth, Warren Buffett is renowned for his modest lifestyle. He still resides in the same Omaha house he purchased in 1958 for $31,500. He favors simple food and often eats at McDonald's. He quips, "I buy expensive suits, they just look cheap on me." His personal life has also been unconventional. He has been married twice. His first marriage to Susan Thompson lasted from 1952 until her death in 2004, although they lived apart starting in 1977. In 2006, he married his longtime friend and companion, Astrid Menks. Despite living separately, Buffett and his first wife remained close friends until her passing. He has 3 children, Susan, Howard, and Peter. He has always expressed that he wants to leave his children enough money so they can do anything, but not so much that they do nothing. This philosophy reflects his views on wealth and inheritance. Buffett is celebrated for his humor and wisdom, often showcased in his annual letters to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders and during shareholder meetings. His aphorisms and life advice are valued as much as his financial recommendations. For instance, the popular quote we've mentioned, "Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1." Despite his fortune, he leads a relatively simple life and doesn't pursue luxury. He advises, "If you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you need." This philosophy of moderation and sensible consumption is a significant part of his public image. He is also known for his philanthropy. In 2006, he announced his decision to donate 99% of his wealth to charitable causes. The majority of these funds are designated for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He co-founded the Giving Pledge initiative, encouraging billionaires to donate most of their wealth to philanthropy. His philosophy on wealth and giving back is encapsulated in his words, "If you're in the luckiest 1% of humanity, you owe it to the rest of humanity to think about the other 99%. Warren Buffett's impact on the worlds of finance and business is immeasurable. His investment strategies and business philosophy have revolutionized how many investors and companies approach capital management and corporate operations. Berkshire Hathaway's annual shareholder meetings have become landmark events in the financial world, attracting thousands of investors globally. Often dubbed the Woodstock of capitalism, these gatherings provide a platform where Buffett and his longtime partner Charlie Munger share their insights and answer shareholder questions. He has significantly influenced corporate governance. He has consistently advocated for transparency in business and criticized excessive executive compensation. His management style at Berkshire Hathaway, granting considerable autonomy to the managers of acquired companies, has become a model for many corporations. In the investment realm, Buffett is synonymous with value investing. His methods for analyzing companies and selecting investments are studied in business schools worldwide. Many successful investors, including Bill Ackman and Joel Greenblatt, cite him as a primary inspiration. Buffett has also played a pivotal role in discussions about taxing the wealthy. He has repeatedly called for higher taxes on the richest Americans, pointing out that he pays a lower tax rate than his employees. This stance, known as the Buffett Rule, has become a significant aspect of tax policy debates in the United States. In philanthropy, he has set an example for other billionaires. His decision to donate most of his fortune has inspired many wealthy individuals to follow suit. The Giving Pledge initiative, which he founded with Bill and Melinda Gates, has highlighted the importance of philanthropy among the ultra-rich. His influence extends into popular culture as well. His sayings and practical wisdom are frequently quoted in business and self-help books. His image as a wise, humble billionaire has become an archetype in popular culture. Despite his success and esteem in the financial world, Warren Buffett hasn't been immune to criticism and challenges. One major critique is his conservative approach to investing in the technology sector. For many years, he avoided technology companies, arguing that he didn't understand their business models. This led to Berkshire Hathaway missing out on significant growth in the tech sector during the 1990s and 2000s. He has also faced criticism for his role during the 2008 financial crisis. Some argued that his investments in Goldman Sachs and Bank of America during the crisis were made on terms too favorable to him, raising questions about the fairness of these deals. Another point of criticism is Berkshire Hathaway's succession planning. Investors and analysts have expressed concerns about the company's future leadership, given Buffett's age and central role in managing the conglomerate. He has also been criticized for certain investments. For instance, his investment in Coca-Cola has been scrutinized from a health perspective, considering the role of sugary drinks in the obesity epidemic. His investments in oil companies have drawn criticism from an environmental standpoint. In recent years, he has been critiqued for not paying enough attention to environmental, social, and governance (ESG) issues. Some investors and activists have urged Berkshire Hathaway to more actively consider these factors in its investment strategies. Despite these criticisms, Buffett remains highly respected in the financial community. His ability to acknowledge his mistakes and learn from them, along with his willingness to adapt to changing market conditions, continues to impress investors and analysts. As Warren Buffett approaches his 93rd birthday, questions about his legacy and the future of Berkshire Hathaway become increasingly pertinent. While he has long stated his intention to donate most of his fortune to charity, the issue of who will steer his investment empire after his departure remains. In recent years, he has taken steps to ensure a smooth leadership transition at Berkshire Hathaway. He has appointed two investment managers, Todd Combs and Ted Weschler, who are gradually assuming more responsibility for managing the company's investment portfolio. Buffett has also announced that his son, Howard, will become non-executive chairman of the board after his departure to preserve the company's culture. Despite these measures, many investors and analysts express concerns about Berkshire Hathaway's future without him. His unique investment style, reputation, and influence are challenging to replicate. There is speculation about whether the company can maintain its effectiveness and appeal to investors without its legendary leader. However, he himself has repeatedly expressed confidence in Berkshire Hathaway's future. He argues that the company is structured to thrive beyond his tenure and that the culture and principles he has instilled will continue to guide it. Regarding his personal legacy, Buffett's decision to donate most of his wealth ensures a lasting impact. His giving pledge has inspired many other billionaires to commit to philanthropy, potentially influencing global charitable efforts for years to come. His investment philosophy will undoubtedly remain a significant part of his legacy. His approach to value investing, emphasis on long-term prospects, and ethical business practices continue to influence new generations of investors and entrepreneurs. In recent years, he has also been vocal on critical social and economic issues, such as income inequality and taxation of the wealthy. His perspectives, given his status and experience, could have a lasting impact on policymaking in these areas. The future may present new challenges to his investment strategies. The rise of the technology sector, climate change, and other global trends may require adaptations of traditional investment approaches. However, the principles he has established, a focus on fundamental value, a long-term outlook, and ethical business practices, are likely to remain relevant regardless of economic shifts. The narrative of Warren Buffett is more than a tale of financial success. It's a story about the power of principles, the importance of long-term thinking, and the role of ethics in business. From a boy selling chewing gum to one of the world's most influential investors, he has consistently stayed true to his values and beliefs. His investment approach, centering on identifying companies' intrinsic value and holding assets for the long term, has transformed how many people think about investing. He has demonstrated that patience, discipline, and thorough analysis can yield far greater results than attempting to predict short-term market movements. Perhaps the most significant lesson he offers is his relationship with wealth and success. Despite his vast fortune, he maintains a modest lifestyle and emphasizes the importance of giving back to society. His decision to donate most of his wealth to charity has set a precedent for many wealthy individuals worldwide. He has also shown that business success doesn't have to come at the expense of ethics. His focus on honesty, transparency, and long-term relationships with partners and shareholders has become a model for corporate governance. His influence extends well beyond finance. People from all walks of life value his wisdom and life advice. He has proven that it's possible to achieve great success while remaining humble, ethical, and true to one's principles. What key lessons can we learn from Warren Buffett's story? First, the importance of education and continuous self-improvement. He has always emphasized that his most valuable investment was in his own education. Second, the value of long-term thinking. In a world fixated on short-term results, he has shown the benefits of patience and strategic planning. Third, the significance of ethics in business. He has demonstrated that one can be successful without compromising moral principles. Fourth, the virtue of simplicity. Despite his immense wealth, his modest lifestyle reminds us that true wealth isn't measured by material possessions. Finally, the importance of giving back to society. His commitment to philanthropy underscores our responsibility to contribute positively to the world. Warren Buffett's story inspires us not only to strive for financial success, but also to consider how we can use our resources and talents to make a positive impact. In today's world, which of Warren Buffett's lessons do you find most relevant? How can we apply his principles to our own lives and careers? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this article, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll continue sharing success stories of remarkable individuals who are making the world a better place. See you soon.